Right now at 10, it's Super Tuesday, and Minnesota voters made it clear who they want to see on the ballot this November.
And the La Crosse School Board is getting a better idea on what consolidation options will cost the district.
Plus, UWL is hosting an early celebration for International Women's Day.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
A Toma police canine is dead following a traffic accident while on duty. Toma PD says canine Raiden was on duty Monday night east of the Toma city limits. He was relieving himself in an outdoor area when he ran onto Highway 1216 and was hit by a vehicle. He was taken to a veterinary hospital in the Madison area where he later died.
The polls are officially closed in all but one remaining state this Super Tuesday, as millions of voters across the country took to the polls to vote in the presidential primary.
The polls just closed in California, leaving Alaska as the last state still open for voting. Polls there closed at 8 p.m. Alaska Standard Time, or in about an hour. And Minnesota was one of 16 states participating in Super Tuesday voting today. News
8 Now's Jeremy Wall was in La Crescent as voters made their choices heard. Jeremy.
Emily, Minnesota accounts for only 39 of the 865 Republican delegates up for grabs tonight, and only 75 of the 1,420 delegates Democrats can still claim. The Minnesota voters I spoke with tell me getting out and voting today is critical.
It was a busy day at the polls in La Crescent.
I think the turnout was a little more than we expected. It's not real high, not like a general, obviously, but I think we had pretty decent turnout so far.
More than 150 people came to cast their ballots at the La Crescent Community Arena this Super Tuesday, including Thomas Biranek.
Well, when you see what is currently under discussion, when you see how some of our candidates comport themselves, I think they're not really caring that much for our Constitution.
Brian Thomas sees today's primary as preparation for November.
Kind of sets up for November and gets a strong idea of who's going to be on that ballot come November.
Republican frontrunner and former President Donald Trump needs 1,215 delegates to secure his party's nomination, making states like Texas and California higher priorities than Minnesota. Just like voters, Judge Deborah Alver says Minnesotans casting their ballots today were crucial.
If they really want their input, the voting's the only way the people are going to get their say in is by doing the voting.
And guys, there are still a number of primaries left, including the Wisconsin primary on April 2nd and a busy campaign season heading toward the general election in November. Ken and Emily?
All right, Jeremy Wall live in studio. Thank you, Jeremy.
Results are still pouring in nationwide for Super Tuesday, but in the states declared so far, Biden and Trump are sweeping. Biden has officially claimed 13 of the states that held Democratic primaries today, and Trump is projected to win at least 11 of the 15 states up for grabs tonight. CBS Now projects he's less than 500 delegates away from becoming the Republican Party's presidential nominee for a third time. It hasn't been a clear sweep for either candidate, though. Biden lost to entrepreneur Jason Palmer in the territory of American Samoa, and the Associated Press has called Vermont for Haley. It becomes her second victory of the 2024 campaign after she won D.C. this weekend.
The La Crosse School Board is getting a better idea on what consolidation options will actually cost the district. In February, the board agreed to put a referendum on the upcoming November ballot that would ask voters to approve consolidating Emerson and Spence elementary schools into a brand new facility at the Hogan site. Superintendent Engel this week presented the board with some estimates by Bray Architects. Consolidating Emerson and Spence and then building a new school at Hogan would cost about $42 million. Engel's report says that plan would cost taxpayers another $29 per $100,000 of property value on their next property tax bills. As the board has previously said, Emerson-Spence consolidation isn't enough to get the district out of a budget deficit. A third school would likely have to be closed. A prevailing option is to consolidate Hinchin and then build an expansion at State Road Elementary. However, the board is also split on adding another item to the Emerson-Spence referendum out of concern it would get too complicated on the ballot. So the board will discuss that possibility at their March 18th meeting.
A new cooperative hopes to address gaps in healthcare coverage left by the future closure of HSHS hospitals and Prevea clinics in the Chippewa Valley region. The creation of Chippewa Valley Health Conservative was formally announced this afternoon. 7 people from the area will form and serve on the initial board of organizers for the cooperative, and it's supported by 1,100 partners, a firm hired by Oakleaf Medical Networks. HSHS is set to close its facilities in the Chippewa Valley no later than April 21st. You can find the cooperative's full announcement on our website, news8000.com.
All right, a return to mild temperatures for the region. Let's get the latest from Greg.
Yeah, another day we had 50 degrees after we had the rain yesterday. So once again, we just haven't seen any type of cold conditions even beyond these systems as they pass. So once again, it's fairly mild out there for this time of year. We're in the upper 20s for Eau Claire to the mid 30s as La Crosse. Area-wide, once again, still fairly quite mild out there as we zoom into the area. Some of the colder spots are now below the mid 20s. Black River Falls at 23, the normal cold spots. Everyone else is typically in the 30s to around the mid to upper 30s. There's your high temperatures. Once again, a widespread 50-degree day. Once again, even mid-50s as you go further south. We have a system out to the northwest that's beginning to pull some cloud cover in our area, and that's really going to be the difference between today and tomorrow's cloud cover. Otherwise, there's nothing else really going to be going on. As you kind of zoom in, you can kind of see we're kind of watching some clouds begin to push in the area. We'll keep an eye on maybe some lower clouds that may come in. Not quite fog, but as we call it, kind of stratus in the morning. Otherwise, you see for Eau Claire waking up, plenty of sunshine throughout the days. We get up to the mid-40s as by noon, with the increasing clouds will be through the afternoon. And through La Crosse, once again, you'll see more clouds as we go in the afternoon, but still we'll get back up into the 50s through the afternoon. Later on, we'll time out the precipitation, what the weekend looks like, and yes, 60s, maybe a 70 coming back next week.
All right, like the sound of that for sure. Thank you, Greg.
An early start to International Women's Day. The International Women's Day Committee at UWL hosted panelists from all over the world to share how women are celebrated in their countries. The 3 panelists represented the countries of Ghana, Japan, and Malaysia. Each discussed their experiences as a woman in their cultures and compared them to their experiences in America. This year's theme for Women's International Day is Inspire Inclusion, encouraging a big focus on gender equality. The committee says events like this help connect women from all types of backgrounds.
I think it's important for women to share their stories so that we can develop a commonality and relationship with each other and understand the challenges and the joys of being a woman.
The official International Women's Day is celebrated on March 8th.
We'll say goodbye to some junk fees.
Federal regulators are limiting how much credit cards can penalize you for late fees.
Make next winter fun for your family at Mount La Crosse. Season passes are on sale. Buy now for next year and ski the rest of this season for free. Stop out or visit us online to get your season pass today. Sale ends March 10th.
Here's California banker Eric Hovde running for U.S. Senate. But Hovde's lifestyle? Pure California. CEO of a billion-dollar bank. Here's Hovde's over $7 million Laguna Beach mansion. And 3 years in a row, Eric Hovde was named one of Orange County's most influential residents. Multimillionaire California banker Eric Hovde. On Wisconsin's side, don't bank on it. Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Sinking driveway? Call American Water Works. Settling patio? Call American Water Works. Collapsing stoop? Call American Water Works. Cracking sidewalk? That's right, call American Water Works. It's a fact. Concrete problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call American Water Works. Call American Water Works today.
Make next winter fun for your family at Mount La Crosse. Season passes are on sale. Buy now for next year and ski the rest of this season for free. Stop out or visit us online to get your season pass today. Sale ends March 10th.
Federal regulators took a step toward trashing junk fees.
Today, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau finalized regulation that caps most credit card late charges at $8. According to the agency, this will save U.S. families more than $10 billion a year. With more than 45 million people who are charged late fees every year, it works out to about $220 of yearly savings. Some in the financial world are blasting the change. The chief policy officer at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce says the new rule wrongly punishes people who pay their bills on time. The chamber also said it will soon file a lawsuit against the Protection Bureau.
More people are filing their taxes for free this year compared to a year ago. The IRS says use of its free file system is up 9.7% from last year. About 943,000 taxpayers have used the free option through late February. You need an adjusted gross income of $79,000 or less to be eligible for free file. The system lets taxpayers file for free using one of 8 IRS partners. You can find details at irs.gov.
For the first time in 7 years, Target missed the mark. Today, the retail giant announced its sales fell last year. That's something that hasn't happened since 2016 and really highlights the financial struggle facing consumers. Target predicts sales will continue to be sluggish for all of 2024. Middle-class Americans have pulled back on spending, buying the necessities and not extras like electronics and home decor. More than half of Target's merchandise is discretionary, like clothing, toys, and home goods.
Another fitness company is facing hardship. Bowflex announcing today that it's filed for bankruptcy. The nearly 4-decade-old company is best known for commercials that were a staple of late-night television in the 1990s. Bowflex filed for Chapter 11, saying Johnson Health Tech, a Taiwan-based company, would acquire substantially all of the assets for $37.5 million in cash. A $25 million debtor-in-possession financing will allow Washington-based Bowflex to operate normally and keep its employees paid. Bowflex blamed its bankruptcy on, quote, post-pandemic environment and persistent macroeconomic headwinds. Makers of home-based fitness equipment have struggled following the pandemic as Americans rushed back to the gym.
Certain psychology tricks can help us be healthier.
We'll explain how you can use concepts like nudge theory to make healthier choices.
As we approach daylight savings time, we're looking at another round of rain that could impact your Friday activities. But the weekend looks dry and cooler, but we even got 60s, maybe a 70 next week. I'll time all that out coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the limited time triple pet pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Giant, classic, and mini cup pepperoni? Now that is an expression.
Order the triple pep today.
If you're ready for a new kitchen, then you owe it to yourself to visit the board store during the 2024 Early Bird Home Show. This is the design center where our designers put it all together for you. Visit our flooring showroom, see all of the possibilities. Visit our kitchen showroom and see all of the styles that are available to you. Then return here and put in your countertops, put in your fixtures, put in your knobs, and design that kitchen that's just right for you during the Early Bird Home Show, only at the board store. Call or visit soon.
Must have been hard to adjust with everything going on.
Didn't know how to air your grievances.
Maybe things got too heated.
Or the cost of running was too high.
All right, I did it. Okay? I don't know what I'm doing. I need an expert.
I've heard all I needed to. Great job, Brooke. Read him his rights.
You have the right to a great company with over 50 years of combined experience.
That's just a matter of conditioning.
G&T, closing the case on all your heating and air conditioning needs.
Turn the key and open the door to your next home with a home loan from Ultra. With a variety of loan options, from buying your very first home to building the home of your dreams, we're here to help make it happen with a local connection you trust. Our professional loan experts are with you every step of the home buying process and through the life of your loan, making it easy to handle your finances and getting you back to what matters most. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
If you've had a classic Reuben before, then Arby's Reuben will taste quite familiar. But if you haven't, man, oh man, are you in for a wild ride. Arby's, we have the meats.
That was funny.
Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Think about how many decisions you've already made today. Your brain is constantly deciding something. You made one decision for sure to watch us at 10, so thanks very much. In fact, some research suggests that we make upwards of 35,000 decisions every single day.
But we didn't decide things alone. Mandy Gaither has more on something called nudge theory and how it can be used to improve health.
From deciding what to wear to choosing what to eat, our brains are in constant decision mode, but we don't decide things on our own.
You may not realize this, but there are invisible forces guiding those decisions.
Chasing Life podcast host Dr. Sanjay Gupta says it's called nudge theory. He says the way options are laid out for us has a significant impact on the choices we make, and these nudges are all around us.
Just think about the Netflix autoplay option. Before you know it, you've watched 5 episodes. That's nudge theory.
But experts say we can use nudges to help improve health. One way is the power of defaults. It can be used to help us choose healthier food options.
That may be as simple as putting fresh fruit on the counter for a snack while keeping the chips out of sight. The healthy snack becomes your default.
Another way is something called temptation bundling, when you pair something you love with something you don't. It may help you opt for exercise.
Getting ice cream? Yes. But going on a long walk to be able to get some instead of keeping it in the house, that's temptation bundling.
Finally, Gupta says to give yourself an emergency reserve. It may help you stay on track for your health.
Let's say your goal is to work out every day for a month, but you miss a day. That might make you feel like you failed and you give up. Instead, say you're allowed to miss some days, maybe even 5 days. Basically, figure out a way to cut yourself some slack.
Experts say one benefit of using nudges is that they still allow for freedom of choice. You can choose to do what's encouraged or not.
Absolutely. All right, mild temperatures back in the region. Do have some precip potential for later this week. Let's get all the details from Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, we certainly have a couple more nice days, and then we do have some precipitation coming in, but it's not going to last that long, and even behind that, it's not going to be that bad. Overall, we're going to have 4 50s tomorrow, and it'll be Thursday. Might be a few 60s depending on cloud cover for Thursday. Behind this system coming through, that's probably the coldest day, and that's coldest in relative, is going to be 30s and 40s Friday. The weekend looks fine, and then next weekend, we're going to warm back up 60s. Potentially could be some 70s there, too. We'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, for precipitation, as I mentioned, dry through Thursday. That system's kind of getting a little bit delayed, so it's more like rain late Thursday night, getting probably closer to the Friday morning commute. We could see some wintry mix. It just depends on temperatures, what they play out for Friday morning or Friday night. Not expecting significant snow, but we'll keep an eye on. Otherwise, dry the weekend and at least for the first half of next week. We might have a little bit of a low clouds down here. You can kind of see that hanging around towards Viroqua, Prairie du Chien, down to Richland Center in those areas. Otherwise, most areas will start out the morning clear skies in the 20s, teens for the coldest spots of the area. As we get towards noon, we have that system that lifts north, so we're going to have more cloud cover tomorrow. High clouds, so still the sun will be able to get through. We should climb into the 40s by noon, and then lower 50s in the afternoon time frame. There we go, kind of skipped ahead. Then by the evening hour, we're looking at more cloud cover. Not expecting any of this precipitation to be actually hitting the ground here, but overnight, more clouds will then lead to probably a warmer Thursday morning, more into the 30s for most locations. And once again, that precipitation should stay well to the northwest. Thursday, more clouds because we have that system that'll be coming and approaching from the south. Still, we should be able to get up to the mid-50s because the cloud cover will still be fairly mid or high level clouds through the afternoon and evening. Not expecting any precipitation to impact the Thursday evening commute. It's more or less as we go into Friday, we're going to see this band lift north. Each model runs, we're starting to see a little bit of a shift to the southeast, so areas further north of Eau Claire may not see much in the way of precipitation as we go through Friday into Saturday morning. So we'll keep an eye on. There may be a changeover some point Friday night going into a little bit of snow before as it kind of pushes east. So we'll keep an eye on that. The other thing we're going to keep an eye on too is Friday morning, because as the temperatures drop Friday morning, if we get any precipitation that does fall Friday morning as it gets closer to freezing, we could see a wintry mix for Friday morning. So there's two areas of concern here. But once again, this should get out of here by Saturday. The rest of Saturday looks fine, just breezy and cooler conditions. And then for Sunday, we should be good too. Temperatures you see behind this, we're just getting a little bit above average. average. Not too far, but that doesn't last too long. As we go into the weekend, we should climb well above average. And as we approach next week, as I mentioned, we should be getting into the 60s, as you see, 20 to 25 degrees above, and that continues to expand across the area for Monday, and that'll go through Tuesday, which means potential. Once again, we could see some record highs. This depends on if we can hit the 70s or not. But for tonight, maybe a few low clouds in some areas, especially further south. Overall, it should be the teens, most areas into the 20s. As you wake up, more cloud cover as we go as the afternoon, still getting up to the 50s for most locations, and we'll see conditions then continue for Thursday with more cloud cover continuing and mid-50s. Rain chances come in late Thursday night, likely more towards Friday morning and through the day Friday. And in the weekend, besides losing that hour of sleep, we're looking at a pretty decent weekend and then getting back up to the 60s, maybe 70s next week. So overall, Friday will probably be the worst day, and that's really not that bad either.
No,
so
not at all.
7 out of 8. It's pretty good for
yeah,
any
not
day.
too bad. Yeah, pretty good odds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Bucks are suddenly red hot. Milwaukee has won 6 in a row. Plus, GET, one of 5 Wisconsin boys basketball teams in our area that still has a shot at the state tournament. Redhawks getting a rematch on Thursday night in sectionals. Rob is up next.
What happened, what's going to happen, and the weather. Sometimes that's all you have time for. Lucky for you, that's exactly why we're here. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Ashley's biggest event of the year is happening March 8th through the 10th. Shop Doorbusters starting at $2.99 and an exclusive delivery offer. Plus, earn 3% back with 12-month special financing on a qualifying in-store purchase with your Ashley Advantage Synchrony credit card for a limited time at Ashley.
My doctor says I need an MRI. But where do I go? They're so expensive.
Sensible MRI costs a few hundred, not thousands. You could fill your fridge for a year with what you save. We can get you in the next day. Think of what you could do with the time you'd save. What do you have to lose? At Sensible MRI, you choose the time, you save the money. And you rest easy having your doctor refer you to Sensible MRI.
Hang on tight, Wisconsin, because fun just got a lot faster. It's Fast Play from the Wisconsin Lottery, an all-new style of lotto games that combine instant wins with the progressive jackpot. Playing is easy at any lottery retailer. Just print, play, and know if you're a winner instantly. The progressive jackpot starts at $10,000 and grows with each ticket sold. The share of the jackpot increases with the price of the ticket. Fast Play is available now, only at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
We do things a little differently here at Maury's Auto Group. And happening right now, Maury's Spring Savings. When you trade in a vehicle, you'll get a $750 trade-in assist. Also, you'll get Maury's Promise. We will always offer you our best price first. Up front, pure and simple, no haggling necessary. And our product specialists are commission-free and information-rich to better serve you. Come visit us at Maury's during the Spring Savings event for our trade-in assist and complimentary lifetime powertrain warranty special. Maury's, moving life forward.
Ashley's biggest event of the year is happening March 8th through the 10th. Shop Doorbusters starting at $2.99 and an exclusive delivery offer. Plus, earn 3% back with 12-month special financing on a qualifying in-store purchase with your Ashley Advantage Synchrony credit card for a limited time at Ashley.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
It's the calm before the storm as we count down the hours until Thursday night. 5 of our Wisconsin high school boys basketball teams are just 2 wins away from punching their ticket to Madison next week for the state tournament. Now, Cade went over the schedule yesterday, but there has been one official location change. The West Salem boys basketball team was originally scheduled to play their sectional semifinal at Logan High School on Thursday, but the Panthers game against Fox Valley Lutheran has been moved to Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln. West Salem took down New London in the regional final on Saturday night. Panthers find themselves just 2 wins away from getting back to Madison. As for GET, the Redhawks continued their run toward a state title on Thursday as well. GET got past rival Arcadia on Saturday night in the regional final, and now the road only gets tougher as the Redhawks prepare for Elk Mound. GET fell to the Mounders at home right before Christmas, so the Redhawks will be looking for some redemption on Thursday in Arcadia. I'm going to talk to the team tomorrow to see if that first meeting holds any weight when it comes to their rematch later this week. That's just 2 of the games scheduled for
for Thursday night. 5 games on the slate. In D4, Aquinas heads to Osseo Fairchild High School to take on top seed Durand, Arkansas. And in Division 5, we have 2 teams looking to keep their seasons alive until at least Saturday. Cashton goes head-to-head with Potosi down in Prairie du Chien, while Royal hits the road to clash with Columbus Catholic at Adams Friendship High School. If the Eagles and Panthers both win, then that sets up a Scenic Bluffs sectional final on Saturday at Logan High. On the college hardwood, the Badgers are also back at it Thursday. Wisconsin with just 2 more chances left before the regular season comes to an end. Hopefully for the Badgers this time around against Rutgers is prettier than the last time. A 22-point loss for Wisconsin on the road back in February. Rutgers controlled that one from beginning to end, but senior Tyler Wall says the team is using that loss as fuel for Thursday's rematch.
I think it shows, or it gives us a little extra motivation going into the game, and going into the game we're ready for something. Whether they're going to punch us in the mouth, they're a good, strong, physical, defensive team, so we got to be a little more prepared for that this time around. Hopefully we come out ready. Hopefully the guys get that same message, and we're not here to lose anymore. We're ready to get this thing back rolling.
All right, we'll see if the Badgers can get their 11th conference win of the season Thursday night at home. Tip-off is scheduled for 6. On the pro hardwood, not too many teams hotter than the Bucks right now, and despite struggling a bit once Doc Rivers took over as head coach, Milwaukee looks like it's back in championship form. The Bucks have reeled off 6 straight wins, and even without Giannis in the lineup last night, Milwaukee getting it done against one of the best teams in the West. 41 for Dame on the night, 28-16 from Bobby Portis. Bucks make it 6 in a row, and for Dame, he says it took a while for the guys to get it, but he says the team is finally gelling at the right time.
You know, I think he's created an environment where everybody understands, everything is clear. We walk through it 10, 15 times in practice, and then we able to go out there and execute it because of how it's, I guess, being delivered to us.
The Bucks will hope to keep it up this week. A tough 4-game West Coast road trip begins tomorrow night in San Francisco against Golden State. Well, good news if you're a Brewer fan, Ken. I'm sure you like this one. Jackson Chourio continues to rake at the plate. 19-year-old adding 3 more hits to his spring training resume so far. Chourio went 3 for 3 this afternoon, 2 doubles. He's batting a whopping .304. That's pretty good for a newcomer, 19 years old. Look at him fly.
It's exciting, man.
Nice base running there.
19-year-old could be the future of the franchise, right there.
You said an $82 million contract?
Mm-hmm. $82 million. I think 8 or to 10 years, somewhere in there.
It sounds like a lot, but I mean, it could, like I said, it could be a bargain. If this kid winds up being a Rookie of the Year, MVP candidate, like a Sal Frelick kind of thing, where you got lightning in a bottle, he's going to be good.
Fingers crossed, man.
Let's go.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, we'll be right back after this.
We've done many, many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
College is more than the knowledge you gain. It's a place to cultivate your curiosity. It's where you explore the potential and what's next. It's where you find the tenacity to rise, rather than settle for good enough. It's a series of moments that add up to form your future self. It's where what you want is within reach, on your terms. It's where you find a career, not just a job. Western Technical College. Discover what you're made of.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it. Woo!
Whoa.
Oh, hey.
What are we, Steve?
Winners.
I love you.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR for 60 months on a new 2024 Camry. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
I'm a martial artist, a skydiver, a pilot, and all of them require your feet to work. Get up in the morning, and it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel. When I went into the Good Feet store, the fitting was personalized. It was all about me. You put in the arch supports, and your day becomes better, and the sun shines, the unicorns run by, and, it's a good life. I'm Randy, and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Getting Earning up to 5% back is easy at Fleet Farm. Fleet Rewards members can earn up to 5% back on every purchase, in-store and online. The earnings stack up automatically. The more you buy, the more you earn. No rebates, no coupons, no hassles. And Fleet Rewards membership is easy, so sign up now and start earning up to 5% back on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. Some exclusions apply.
Whether it's a bathroom remodel or comprehensive plumbing services, we at Maxwell White strive to keep our neighbors safe and comfortable in their homes, offering honest, upfront pricing on every service, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call Maxwell White today.
Well, how about this? Kevin Bacon showed up unannounced at a family's home in Wisconsin, but it was actually not the famous actor.
No, it wasn't. It was a 450-pound farm animal, and he and the family became fast friends.
Kevin Bacon is a gentle giant. He's a 450-pound pig who loves taking walks, meeting new people, and more than anything, eating donuts. Brighton resident Jake Mulgard was home Friday night when his wife discovered something unusual.
Friday night around 8 o'clock, I'm watching TV and my wife comes in the room and says, Jake, I think there's a pig on our driveway camera. And I'm like, you serious?
Kevin Bacon was standing at their back door. He'd wandered from a nearby hobby farm and wanted to say hello. Mulgard made a few phone calls and found his owner, who was out of town for the weekend.
Yeah, that's definitely my pig. He's a big black pig? I said, yeah. He's like, yeah, his name is Kevin Bacon. And he's actually a little lonely, so he's probably just looking for company.
With some assistance from the Kenosha Sheriff's Department, the Mulgard family brought Kevin home, a 1-mile walk that took an incredible 2.5 hours. At one point, Jake's daughter Chloe had to climb on Kevin's back to get him going.
The owner said that if he stops on you can jump on his back, and he likes to run at that point.
The Mulgards lured Kevin home with Oreo cookies and anything else they found in the fridge. Not only did they get him back home, they made a friend for life.
They all wanted to adopt him immediately, and I said, we don't have a place to put a 450-pound pig, but yeah, they fell in love with him right away.
Well, no, exactly. Kevin Bacon is back home safe and sound and appeared to be in good spirits.
Sure looked like it.
Notorious PIG right there.
Yeah, there you go.
And tomorrow's National Oreo Cookie Day.
Nice.
And so they lured him with that. Anyway, fun fact. All right, we'll be right back after this.
How much time do you spend comparing prices on pre-owned vehicles? At Doll Auto, we're comparing prices every day, all week, all year. Because we want our price to be the best price by far. Doll Auto.
There's obviously a lot of different health issues related to untreated hearing loss. Hearing loss can affect tinnitus, depression, isolation, heart health, cognitive decline, hypertension, diabetes, osteoporosis, safety and balance. The point is, you're never too old to do something.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main, Onalaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
Hello, I'm Miles Wilkins, owner of the Board Store, and I've had the privilege of serving homeowners from this location for over 34 years. If you're interested in a locally owned company, we are. If you're interested in a veteran-owned company, we are. If you're interested in a licensed contractor, we have been for over 30 years. Above all, if you're interested in the absolute best value for your home improvement dollar, the Early Bird Home Show is your opportunity. Call or visit us soon.
What I love about T-Mobile is that just about anywhere you go, you're going to have coverage.
Where I live is a rural area. The coverage has been awesome.
Reliable coverage is super important for me, for my business.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Try T-Mobile's network free for 3 months. Your phone, our network, no strings.
Have your own 5-star experience at Dahl Auto.
All right, more warm conditions, 50s tomorrow. So
looks good.
I love that.
That's about it.
Thanks for joining us tonight at 10.
We'll see you tomorrow.